Anaheim. Interleague Baseball on MLB The Show. It's the New York Mets and the Los Angeles Angels. First pitch coming at you right after the break. And getting to start for the Angels, Reed Detmers. Chris, it's a little more common these days, but still, he's a strikeout per inning type of guy.
Well, I hear you about the strikeouts. A lot more guys striking out today, but when you consider having the ability to get that strikeout, particularly when you need it, a man on third, less than 2 outs, situations where, yeah, maybe you're not a real high strikeout guy, but just knowing you have the swing and miss stuff in a big spot, I think it's real critical, and he's got it.
Bichette, the leadoff batter, as he looks at ball one. And an ABS challenge coming from behind the dish. Didn't miss by too much, but it'll stay a ball. One challenge remaining for them now. Sliced hard but foul.
Ball.
That one close, ruled a ball. Ball 3. Swing and a miss. He was late. Strike 2. On the ground, right side. Shanuel steps on the bag. 1 out in the top of the first. Let's take a look at our lineup. Not the highest team batting average for this squad. They're down towards the bottom of the league in total hits, and Singy, because of that, they don't score a ton.
Yeah, and Boog, I'm looking for a little better performance out of them today. I mean, if they're going to be dangerous, if they're going to be able to create scoring opportunities, they're going to have to start making some individual adjustments. A lot of players in this lineup probably aren't happy with how they've hit the ball so far. So today's a chance to get something going. Impressed that he went right after him on that first pitch. That's the key. Try to get ahead in the count, then you can play around a little bit more as the at-bat expands. Good purpose pitch right there, trying to tease him, get him to raise his sights, pop something up, and make it an easy out.
On a line, base hit. So a man aboard now with 1 away.
Man, he just absolutely turned on that one, ripped it down the line. Nice job of staying in his mechanics.
MJ Melendez up now for the Mets. Put that 600 slugging into context. The league average usually in the low 400s.
Oh, that's inside.
And that's off the inside edge. Ball 1. In the air to left center. 2 down.
Batting fourth, the catcher, number 4, Francisco Ángeles.
Looks like he's just sizing him up there. Really good pitch to hit, but he took it all the way. Sometimes guys just want to set their timing later on in the game. That may be a pitch that he turns on.
That one
that's
way
off the plate.
inside. Soto, the runner at first with 2 gone. This one in the air, center field. Trout in position, and that'll do it. So 1 hit is all they get. Now the Angels will get their first crack at it. No score. We go to the bottom of the first. And taking the ball for the Mets, Nolan McLean. Base runners are tough to come by with him out there, Chris.
Yeah, this guy's been real stingy, man. Not allowing guys to play the game, just keeping them at home plate. I mean, just ridiculous. Sub-1 whip. I mean, he's dominating hitters. And a guy like this on the mound, one of the elite starters in the game right now.
Stepping in, Zach Neto. And a big swing and a miss. Swings through that one for strike 2. Fouled off, and they'll do it again.
Ball 1.
Got him swinging.
Batting second, the center fielder, number 27.
All right, let's take a look at the Angels lineup. And Chris, this group has been struggling to put up runs lately.
Well, they haven't been on base a ton, and even when they are, they haven't been hitting very well with the runners on base. So they need a player or two to really step up, have some quality at bats, hit according to the situation, and sort of break out of this. I think if they do, the rest of this lineup will follow.
Got it started a little too early. Strike 1. Oh, he doesn't get the call. And it's 1-2. Oh, look at the stop. Fires to first. In the dirt, he picks it. And that's a great play.
Batting third, the third baseman, Yoan Moncada.
2 outs, base is empty. Yoan Moncada, the next to hit for the Angels.
Ball.
That clips the corner. Downstairs to Moncada. Cracks his bat and pops him up. Zips it across. They don't come much closer than that. Bang, bang play to end the inning. Scoreless after 1. Back in Anaheim, on now to the top half of inning number 2. Brett Beatty up now for the Mets.
He's got pop, which is a little sneaky because he's so comfortable with taking his base hits to the opposite field, but he can jump you if you make a mistake.
Ball, that's outside.
Cool night tonight, Boog, and that's a pretty firm fastball right there. I tell you what, memories of getting jammed, they are creeping into my mind right now.
The 1-1 is fouled off. And it's fouled off. They'll do it again. 1-2 now. Swings through it for the K. Tied him up on a fastball inside.
Ball one.
No score here in the second. Next offering is fouled back. And a pop-up right side, foul territory. 2 down.
Good hard fastball up in the zone right there. They look really good coming in, but so hard to get on top of as a hitter.
2 down, base is empty. Carson Benj up now for the Mets. Close, but called a ball. And that is ball one.
Nope, upstairs.
Line to left.
That's
and foul ball. 2 down, nobody on. Struck him out swinging. Chased the fastball up the ladder for strike 3. We'll go to the bottom of the second. No score. Back here at Angel Stadium. So now the Angel cleanup hitter, Jorge Soler.
Soler.
Ball one.
Here's a 1-1. Swing and a ground ball out to short. Long throw to first. Nice play off the bounce for the out.
Batting fifth, the first baseman, Nolan.
Here's another look with Statcast Singy. The throw needed to be strong to beat the runner, and it was.
Yeah, that play was close, and I think we need to credit that 88-mile-per-hour throw as the difference maker right there. That's just impressive.
Ball.
The 1-1 is fouled off. To the right side, and that's a foul ball.
Ball 2.
Ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit. So they get a man aboard with a 1-out single.
Batting 6.
Just kept it simple. Played pepper with the middle of the infield and took it back where it came from, and there was just no one there to knock it down.
Here's Joe Adele. Man at first, 1 away.
Good approach right there. You want to get something just a little higher that you can elevate. Stay out of that double play.
Ball.
Nice grab. The feed for 1. Double play. What a twin killing to end the inning. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and no one left. We played 2 full, no score. All set for the start of the inning. Leading off, Tyrone Taylor.
Tyrone Taylor.
Close, but called a ball, and it's 1-0.
Ball 2.
That one is upstairs.
That pitch is up.
And that gets the top of the zone for a strike. Line drive, and that's got extra bases written all over it, and that's going to roll to the wall. It's a leadoff double to start the 3rd.
Great hands on that swing to take the inside pitch and drive it into the gap for the double. It's easy to spin off a pitch like that, Boog, and you can pull that thing foul, but that was perfect. Runner in scoring position now, and a good opportunity to push across the first run of the ballgame.
Move to second. Taylor back in on a dive.
Hey!
Strike 2. The Mets with a chance to score first. We're here in the top half of inning number 3.
That's a really good job of laying off the 0-2 high fastball. Is going to make that pitcher really have to respect this hitter, even though he's behind in the count.
Swing and a miss for the strikeout. Not what you're looking for after the leadoff double. A strikeout, and there's 1 away. And here's a look at how he's using his pitches in this one. Back to the top of the Mets order. Bo Bichette up to the dish. Grounded out his first time up. Inside, just missed.
Ball, that's out.
Just missing with some pitches that, I mean, they're not strikes, and that's what you think, oh, good pitch is a strike, but so many times pitchers are trying to tease the zone, and the last two pitches that he's thrown, good pitches, but even better takes.
That one ripped left field. Out of here, a home run off the foul pole. He'll take a jog around the bases. And the Mets jump in front. It's 2-0.
Boog, his plan was to hit the ball hard, and he was going to figure out the rest later. You can't argue with those results. Well, this thing was hooking down the line the entire way. We knew it was going to be close, and bang, right off the left field pole. That was a pretty swing, and he found a way to keep his hands inside just enough to keep it fair.
That's a ball.
The 1-0. Liner caught it second.
That at bat is a positive sign, even though it probably doesn't feel like it. He hit the ball hard, but it doesn't always work out in your favor. Sometimes a defender is there to make a play.
2 outs, base is empty. Now the left fielder, MJ Melendez. Fly to center his first time. And immediately pumps in a strike to the left-handed hitter.
Not what he's looking for there in the 0-0 count. Looks like he wants the ball down in the zone.
Swing and a miss, and he got him to chase.
The pitch started in and ended up on the outside edge. Just changing planes and very difficult, especially for a left-handed hitter to track.
Yep, that ball went
The only
out.
adjustment he needs to make is his target. If you aim at the outside corner, that slider's going to end up way off the plate. Perhaps look a little more down the middle, and you get it right where you want it.
Caught him looking for the K. Mets add 2 runs on this blast. It's now a 2-0 ball game. Ready to go for the last half of the inning. Now it's the DH for the Angels, Josh Lowe. That misses, and the count is 2-0.
Last couple of pitches breaking balls away. I think he's going to have to come firm inside to be able to open up that location if he wants to go back there later in this count.
Hey!
Next
Ball,
pitch
that's out.
off the plate. 3 balls and a strike. Pulled hard, but it's a foul ball. Payoff pitch. Swing and a ground ball. Gets it to first. Leadoff hitter gone in the third.
Batting 8, the catcher, Travis d'Arnaud.
To the right center, base hit. And that'll bring the tying run to the plate.
Batting ninth, the left
Here's Adam
fielder,
Frazier.
number 20,
He's been a
Adam
great free agent side. Right through there for a strike. And the 0-1. Popped up to the left into foul ground. And there's 2 away.
Bill, that was a pitch you got to crush. Unbelievable that he missed it right there. And I'm telling you, he is going to be frustrated with himself until his next at bat.
Ball, that's out.
Darno leads off first with 2 down to the inning. And another ball.
Well, he looks more focused at the plate and working the count after that first at bat strikeout.
Next offering clips the zone count even at 2.
2 strikes to a guy who's already 0 for 1 with the punch out. The only guy in the lineup with that strikeout. But you can't get too relaxed. You still got to make good pitches to get him out.
Got him looking. And that is that. Angels leave 1. They're still down. It's 2-zip. New inning getting started. Here's the catcher for the Mets, Francisco Alvarez. And the first pitch misses for ball 1.
Well, these Mets showing great discipline at the plate, and patience definitely seems to be the name of their game in this one. They're doing a good job of working the pitch count, and they've been able to push a couple of runs across to score as well.
Neto. And 1 gone in the 4th as they get the leadoff man.
You know, sometimes it just takes getting to the bullpen in order to be able to score runs, and that might be the case today.
Ball inside. Nope, that's off the plate. Ball 2.
Two now. And delivers outside. And that is low for ball 4.
What a battle. It's not always easy laying off a 3-2 pitch, and I tell you what, he earned that walk.
1 out man at first. Now it's Marcus Semien. 0 for 1 so far.
Ball.
Action in the Angels bullpen. Jose Fermin, the hard-throwing righty, is up and loosening. Sandlin getting loose as well. The lefty, the 1-0.
Hey.
Runner on the go. Late swing, fouled off. Here we go, 2-2 now. Simeon waits. What a stop. There's one. What a double play that was. Inning over. Offense held in check there. We're midway in the fourth. It's the Mets 2 and the Angels nothing. Back in Anaheim, so in now for the Angels, Mike Trout.
Mike Trout.
Ball.
And another
that's
ball.
low.
Got to be real careful here. 2-0. He's hunting for his pitch.
Now
That's ball
3-0.
Expect for that guy to come right at you with a fastball, something in the zone, because he does not want to allow the leadoff walk.
Fastball for a strike at 95. That one in there to Mike Trout. Worm burner into the outfield for a knock. And that'll bring the tying run to the plate.
Seems like he got exactly what he was looking for right there. I know that was a ground ball, but it was absolutely hammered through the infield. That's not one you're excited to get in front of if you're an infielder. You know they used to say, charge it. Crazy. Well, here's a good opportunity in this inning to get on the scoreboard after that leadoff hit, and hardly order coming up right behind them. This is where they need to get going.
Quick move to first, and diving back is Trout.
I think you want to get a one-way lead, be very aggressive in the secondary. This hitter not a power guy, so you want to make sure that you can get some length on the secondary lead and perhaps score on a ball in the gap. Well, with the amount of pitches that can end up in the dirt, a good secondary lead doesn't have to get away from the catcher, but if you're anticipating based off the trajectory, get yourself into scoring position.
Bench has a beat on it. He's got it.
Up next for the Angels, the second baseman, Jorge
Soler up at the plate. He's 0 for 1.
Definitely wants to stay out of the double play here. Ball on the ground in the infield. Should be an inning-ending double play. This guy's got a great feel for his breaking ball today.
Ball one.
So now 1-2. On the ground, and that's a fair ball. Trout around second, on his way to third. Throw cut off to second, in there safely.
Really nice job of two-strike hitting in that at bat. Smash that one through the infield for the knock. When it's hit that hard, it makes it very tough on the infielders to make any sort of play.
Nope.
Two on, one out. This one in the air, center field. Taylor under it. Brings it in. Here comes the runner from third. Trout touches home and he scores. And now they trail by 1.
There you go. Nice little RBI there. It's a great at bat. Got the job done.
Now batting Joe Adell. He hit into a double play his first time up.
Ball, that's outside.
Runner at second, 2 down. We're here in the bottom of the 4th.
He's clearly
that
trying to
pitch is
work
out.
him away here. Both pitches off the plate. If you really want to put the ball in play, you're going to have to stay back and drive it to the opposite field.
Not even close there. 3 balls, no strikes. Josh Lowe in the on-deck circle, hoping to get a chance to make a big impact here. Man on second, 2 down. And ball 4, 2 aboard.
Pretty easy walk right there. Last pitch wasn't even much to think about.
Designated hitter, Josh Lowe.
Misses again, 5 in a row. 2 outs, couple of base runners at first and second. 6 straight outside the strike zone.
Could be some action here on this next pitch. Couple runners on. Probably a challenge pitch coming.
Two on, 2 outs. And that one fouled off. That's too low. Full count now. Payoff pitch. Sets him down looking. Good job at damage control right there. 1 run in the inning, but they lead 2. We played 4. It's the Mets 2 and the Angels 1. Back here at Angel Stadium, we go to the top of the 5th. Carson Bench up now for the Mets. Swinging a foul straight back. Comes up empty. That's strike 2. High fly ball lifted in the air right field. Adell on his way over, pulls it down, and he makes the catch. 1 down.
Up next for the Mets, the center fielder, number 28, Tyrone Taylor.
First pitch doesn't find the zone. That to right. Adell on the move. Out number 2.
Up next for the Mets, the shortstop,
Ronnie Mauricio now. Went down on strikes his first time through. That one ran inside, almost got him. 2 down, nobody on. And we're at the top of the 5th.
Hey!
2 down, nobody on. And that skips in the dirt. Comes up empty as he chases that one in the dirt. That completes the strikeout, inning over. It's the Mets 2 and the Angels 1. We head to the bottom of the 5th. Here's the Angels catcher, Travis d'Arnaud. Fouled off. He was late. Yeah, that's fouled off.
So now it's all about protect mode. Try to shorten up, try to track the ball, block it if you have to, as far as just a late swing that maybe.
Swing and a miss, struck him out. And that's 4 strikeouts.
Up next for the Angels, the left fielder, number 20, Adam Frazier.
That's a ball.
The Halos trailing by a run, last half of inning number 5.
Hey! Nope, that's a ball.
Next
Nope,
one is off
outside.
the plate, and that's ball 3.
Oh, they have had a hard time scoring in this one. The pitcher out there on the mound wants to keep attacking, make sure that they don't get any confidence.
And ball
That's
4
ball 4.
there. Tying
Take the
run
base.
is on base.
Maybe a little loss of focus on the mound right there. Pretty much gifted him first base with a quick free pass.
Back to the top of the Angels lineup. Zach Neto now at the plate. Who's 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts. The bit behind with that swing. It's strike 1.
He's pitching well, but not throwing a ton of first pitch strikes. Usually doesn't work out for success, but you can never predict baseball.
And that's in there for a strike, and quickly nothing at 2. Battling here as he fouls it away. Frazier, the base runner at first with 1 out.
You know, we used to say, if you're scared, get a dog. Throw the fastball, man.
If you're scared,
get a dog, man. Just get a dog.
not far out of the zone, but it was a ball. So they'll lose their first challenge. The 2-2 on the way. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. Nice stop. Spin throw, that's 1. Double play. What a twin killing to end the inning. So they go quietly there. We're through 5. It's the Mets 2 and the Angels 1. Welcome back. It's been a great game, so let's take another look at the most important moment so far.
Now pitching for
Jose
the Angels,
Fermin on the
number
pitch out of the pen here.
65,
Just trying to keep this one close here, and this is where a bullpen can give their players a chance to fight back into the game.
Leading off for the Mets.
Next to hit, Mlb His 2-run homer back in the third was an important swing of the bat in this one.
Yeah, there's no doubt he helped set the tone fairly early, and certainly part of the reason why they've got the lead right now.
Line drive, base hit. And they have their first hit since the third inning.
Up next for the Mets, the designated hitter, Juan Soto.
Way outside, ball one.
No, he's really working him away this at bat. Sometimes take a little bit off velocity. Try to get a rollover, something on the ground. Stay away from that big hole on the right side of the infield.
And a 2-1 on the way. On the ground, right side. The flip, there's one. To first, not in time. Great effort there.
Up next for the Mets, the left fielder, number 1, MJ.
One out man at first. MJ Melendez up now for the Mets. Swings and misses, and the count even 1-1.
I guess you throw it that hard, you can get away with locations like that right down the middle, but I still think it's a dangerous pitch. Don't want to do it again.
Ball.
That
Ball
one
three.
misses, and now 3-1. Right through there for a strike.
And boy, that was the pitch. 3-1. You want to be really aggressive on the fastball.
So a walk puts runners at first and second.
Up next for the Mets, the catcher, number 4, Francisco Alvarez.
It was a high velocity fastball in the zone. I think a little frustration from walking the previous hitter. He's got good stuff. Pitch inside the zone and trust it.
2 on, 1 out. Ground ball, and that's through the infield. Here comes the runner. The throw home. Safe. And the runner from second scores on the play. And they lead by 2.
Well, he comes through clutch with the RBI single. That was big. Timing on the swing was good. Able to shoot the ball up the middle. Didn't square it up as much as he probably would have liked, but that's a good approach paying off.
First and second, 1 out. Brett Beatty up now for the Mets.
Ball.
The Mets trying to break this one open, and we're in the top half of the 6th. This one smoked on its way out of here. A 3-run shot, and they add on. That one just sounded different.
And might have been the loudest moment yet. Man, my ears are ringing. I can feel that swing from the booth. It's like he's playing wiffle ball up there, and that's typically not the easiest way to hit a home run. To the slight opposite field, into the gap. Man, making it look easy, that's for sure.
Manager out of the dugout now, and it looks like we'll see a change on the mound. Jose Fermin done for the night. We'll be back in a minute with a new arm on the mound.
Now pitching for
So the Angels turn to their bullpen for a new pitcher, Nick Sandlin.
Well, they need someone to stop the bleeding and keep the score right where it is. Seems like a tough task today with the way this lineup is swinging it.
Ball one.
The 1-0. Foul ball. Sandlin, in his 5th season, he features a slider, a four-seamer, a splitter, and he works in a sinker. This one in the air right field. Plays it on a bounce, and it eats him up. So a man aboard now with one away.
up next to the net, the white
Carson Bench getting ready to hit.
That's outside.
Simeon runs. Pitching for a strike. Tag. Save. Stolen base. Darno too late with a throw.
Clearly not content with the lead they're working with right now, and I like that. I don't think you can get comfortable with a 5-run lead in today's game, and now they've got a good chance of adding on.
Man at second. And a foul ball. The 1-2. High chopper to third. Tosses to first, and that's an out.
Up next to the net, the center fielder, number 28, Tyrone Taylor.
Taylor wants to challenge this, thought it was a ball. And the strike is overturned after review. They'll keep their remaining challenge. Man on second, 2 down. And it's fouled away. Here's a 1-1. In the air, right field. Adele should have this one. And makes the grab. And that is that. Mets get 3 on this homer. And this is now a 6-1 ball game.
Now pitching for
Back
the
now
Mets,
for the bottom of the
number
6th.
44,
And there's a new pitcher on the mound. Austin Warren.
And he's got a nice lead to work with, so he should come in throwing strikes, attacking these hitters.
Here's Trout,
And
1
leading
for
up
2.
for the Angels, the center fielder, number 27, Mayo.
You know, these Angels just aren't putting great swings on the baseball in this one. Just one extra base hit for them, so they haven't exactly been hitting the ball gap to gap or out of the park. That makes it really difficult to generate runs.
Ball, that's off the plate.
Swing, and this one's bounced to the ground. Fires over to Beatty. 1 away, bottom of the 6th.
For the Angels, the third baseman, Yoan Moncada.
Nope.
Hammered down the right side, but foul. The 1-1 is fouled off. The Mets leading by 5 here in the bottom of the 6th. Slice the other way. That's a base hit. So they get a man aboard with a 1-out single.
Up next for the Angels.
And next for LA, Jorge Soler.
Soler.
Hey!
Come on, Angels.
0-1 down.
Ball, that's high.
Moncada leads off first with 1 away. Swing and a miss. It's a ball and 2 strikes. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. And a 1-2. In the air, left side. Melendez under it. He makes the grab.
Up next for the Angels, the first baseman, no less, Johnny Well.
Into the outfield, base hit. And out to aboard.
Up next for the Angels.
Stepping in, the long ball threat, Joe Adell. He's 0 for 1.
Adell.
Check swing called strike. It's 0-1. Swings through that one, out in front that time.
Man, I'm pretty impressed out there on the mound right now. I mean, these are tough spots where pitchers really got to bear down. Those last 2 pitches were well executed.
2 on, 2 outs. Swings and misses, struck him out. Angels strand a couple. They trail it 6-1. Back in Anaheim, top of inning number 7, Ronnie Mauricio up now for the Mets.
Sometimes a hitter will go up there and guess, and it's not just pulling something out of the sky, but expecting, because of tendencies, a certain pitch in a certain location. He just guessed wrong.
Swings through that one. It's a strikeout.
Oh, tough night at the dish. Punching out for the 3rd time right there. He just hasn't looked very comfortable at the plate. A little unsure of his timing right now. Not picking up the spin and location of these pitches. He'll have some adjustments to make.
Ball 1. Ball.
That's a strike. Spoils that one, and it remains 2-2.
Flew open a little bit with that front shoulder, but was able to slow his bat down just enough to make contact with that pitch. Keep
That's
the
ball
bat
3.
alive.
Up and in, and the count's full. That's to third. Moncada throws to first in time, and 2 away to start the 7th.
Up next for the Mets, the designated hitter, Juan Soto.
Here comes the skipper out of the dugout, and he's ready to make the move. Nick Sandlin departs And as he heads for the dugout, we'll take a quick break. New arm on the mound when we get back.
Now pitching for the
New pitcher in the
Angels,
game for the Angels,
number
Drew
13,
Pomeranz.
I think it's got to be a little tough coming in out of the pen when your guys are trailing so big on the scoreboard. Just doesn't have the same intensity to it, but he's got to find a way because these batters count the same for his stats, obviously, regardless of the score.
2 down, bases empty. Here's Juan Soto, 1 for 3. Fastball for a strike. That's in for a strike on the outside corner, and it's 0-2. Fastball is outside.
0-2 pitch that far out of the zone gives the hitter a little confidence that maybe he can climb back into this at bat.
2 down, nobody on. Spoils the 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another. The 1-2. Swings through it, and that's a strikeout. Mets go down quickly. They lead it, though, 6-1. Set for the last half of the 7th. And now the designated hitter for the Angels, Josh Lowe.
Hey!
Ripped to first, caught.
Nothing you can do about those as a hitter. Even though you know that, they still drive you absolutely crazy.
Darno takes a strike. That's a ball. Went with the sweeper. Challenge from behind the dish here. And it's a called strike after the review. So they get to hang on to their second challenge. That one just misses.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
On the ground to third. Fires to first in time.
Up next for the Angels.
Manager out of the dugout, and he's going to make a change. Austin Warren gives way, and as he heads off, we'll step aside for a minute. Back with the new pitcher after this break.
Now pitching for the
So
Mets,
they turn to Craig Kimbrell. He's into the game with the bases empty.
Kimbrell.
And next for the Angels, Adam Frazier.
Well, as good as things can be, it can be a tough day at the office, even for the skippers. Seeing the offense just sputter, not able to get anything going.
Two down, nobody on. Here, the bottom of the 7th. Right through there for a strike.
Back-to-back fastballs in. That last one called for a strike. Probably go away, but look for him to come back in there to try to finish you off.
The 1-2. And that one is lifted in the air. That is the inning. Angels go down 1-2-3. The lead remains 5. It's 6-1. Back here at Angel Stadium. Here's the left fielder, MJ Melendez.
Melendez.
Here we go, Drew.
Hey.
Movement in the bullpen, Chase Silseth up and throwing. That one fouled off.
Ball 2.
He goes down looking.
Well, that curveball had some pretty good break to it. As you can see, the hitter just locked up a little bit. Thought it was a great pitch to hit, but sometimes you're looking for something else and you can't pull the trigger. There it was. Oh, here it is. Hit it. He gets a take, gets ahead in the count.
Ball.
Gets the call. 1 and 2.
Probably the best one we have seen. Throwing it where he wanted to, have a nice tight spin to it, and a teaser just off the edge of the plate.
Got him. Outside pitch got the better of him that time. Ready to go. Bo Bichette up to the dish. And we're off and running from Anaheim. Bichette wants another look at the called strike. It's a challenge. And the strike call will stand. That knocks them down to 1 challenge left. Jackknifes out of the way.
Well, you've got to establish the inside part of the plate early, and that sends a message not just to this hitter, but to the rest of the lineup as well.
That one finds the zone. That is strike 2.
Cold night like tonight, last thing you want to do as a hitter is get jammed or even off the end. Trying to find that sweet spot on the bat. Tell you what, you're going to be trying to catch things out front, so off-speed pitches may be a good complement to that fastball.
The next pitch misses, and the count is filled up. That one lifted to left. Frazier under this one. And there's one away. Let's take a peek at the Mets lineup here. And this offense, Chris, unfortunately last in the league in slugging percentage. Just not much thunder for opposing pitchers to deal with.
It might be time to reevaluate their process a bit. Everyone on this team is expected to perform better in terms of slugging, but it's been a struggle. Sometimes it's just a minor adjustment. That's what they're hoping for.
That's a ball. That's
He's
out.
just missing with some pitches that, I mean, they're not strikes, and that's what you think, oh, good pitch is a strike. But so many times pitchers are trying to tease the zone, and the last 2 pitches that he's thrown, good pitches, but even better
That's
takes.
ball 3.
That one misses. Ball 3. Swing and a foul back. That's out of play. And that's ball four.
Ball four.
His
Take your
ability to
base.
draw walks has been something that's been part of his career since day one.
Catcher challenge. We'll take another look. And that one did find the strike zone. Still 2 challenges left for them. Just starting things out here in Angel Stadium. Swings and misses. That's out number 2.
Just a great slider right there. And I think the key for pitchers and what hitters don't want to see is if a pitcher misses with that pitch, that he misses off the edge of the strike zone rather than in the middle of the strike zone. And right there, excellent execution, and it finished up in a perfect spot.
Melendez gets out of the way. That's ball 1. Out towards right center field. He's there. He's got it. And that is that. Middle of the first. No score after a half inning. Ready to go for the last half of the inning. And starting in this one, Nolan McLean. How about a scouting report on him?
Anytime you have 5 pitches to work with on the mound, that repertoire can be a real weapon in terms of keeping hitters off balance, man. It's one of those things that I'm going to be looking for in this one. Does he have a feel for all of those pitches, or is he just able to get 1 or 2 over in the strike zone where he wants? Now, it's tough to do to be able to command all those pitches, but if he can, he is going to be very tough for the opponent today.
Fought off foul. Now the 0-1. That was the sweeper, but it missed. McLean, in his rookie season, 24 years old, and he was a 3rd-round pick in 2023. Way out front for strike 2. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout.
Batting second, the center fielder.
All right, let's take a look at the Angels lineup. They're dealing with a sinker specialist on the mound, which can be a big-time challenge when he's right and working mostly from the knees down.
Well, the key is to lay off pitches down in the zone until you're forced to swing. Set your sights higher in the strike zone, looking for something elevated, because sinkers are less effective up in the zone. They tend to flatten out. So when you get a cookie, you don't want to miss it.
He'll challenge, thought that was a ball. And they don't come much closer, but it was a ball. They'll keep both their challenges. The 1-0.
Back-to-back breaking pitches away, you get the feeling as a hitter that the pitcher's afraid of you, that he doesn't want to challenge you. So I think the confidence level is raised right here.
Yeah!
Swing and a miss. Chased it out of the zone.
Good pitch right there. Tied him up on the hands. If I'm out there on the bump, I'm going right back in there.
Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row.
Well, there appears to be no problem settling in on the mound out there today. It looks pretty tough to start this one, punching out the first 2 hitters of this ball game. And somebody's going to have to put the bat on the ball, put it in play, and get something going.
2 down, bases empty. Yoan Moncada, the next to hit.
Aye!
That one finds the zone. 0-2.
Looks really sharp at the start of this one. This is how it's going to be today. It's going to be a tough one for this lineup.
And a foul ball. He stays alive.
He needs to throw that breaking ball with just a little more conviction to get the swing and miss.
Ball.
Fouled off the plate. They'll do it again. 2 down, nobody on. Fights it off. He'll see another. Swing and a pop up in foul ground. That is the inning. Scoreless after 1. Back in Anaheim, top of the second, Francisco Alvarez up now for the Mets.
Alvarez.
Nope, that's a ball.
Our umpire for this one, Freddie Ferguson, a consistent umpire by all accounts.
Yeah, I think the book on him is that he's not necessarily by the book with his strike zone, but once you figure out where he's calling strikes, you can pretty much count on him to stay with that throughout the game.
Fastball for a strike at 95.
That's a ball.
Lined, and that's a base hit. So a runner aboard to start the inning.
That is it.
Anytime you rip a line drive the other way, you feel really good about what you did at the plate. You trusted your hands, you let the ball travel, and you took the barrel straight to it. That's great work right there.
Ball 1.
Second inning here, no score.
Here we go, Reed. Come on, Reed.
The lefty ready, and a 1-1. Foul ball there. That's
Ball, that's
inside. It's 2-2. Breaking ball, and that got him.
That ball got him. First base.
Batting fifth. The
First and second, no outs. Here's Marcus Semien. Good defender. He's been inconsistent offensively.
Hey!
And now the 0-1. That
Ball
one
one.
missed.
Close pitch there, and he's kind of wondering where it missed. You know, getting a feel for each umpire's strike zone is something that pitchers and hitters really have to think about and work on from game to game, and sometimes from at bat to at bat.
Nope.
Good spot for
That's
the hitter.
inside.
Definitely has the advantage in this count with runners on. Look for him to be aggressive on this next pitch.
This one in the air, center field. Trout under it. And there's one down.
Batting seven, the right fielder, number 3, Carson Chen.
Really good job in this spot to get ahead in the count. He's going to have to continue, finish off this hitter.
That one hit the knees for a strike.
So now it's all about protect mode. Try to shorten up, try to track the ball, block it if you have to, as far as just a late swing that maybe you're not sure about. But
swing and a miss, struck him out. 2 aboard, 2 outs. So up next for New York, Tyrone Taylor. Liner, and this could be trouble. Here comes Alvarez around third. He'll score and the Mets take the lead. Runner around third. Relay throw home. Safe. He beats it. And they take a 2-run lead.
Gets him on the board first, coming through with 2 RBIs on that swing. Showed a willingness to drive that pitch the opposite way. Didn't get jumpy, didn't try to pull the ball. He let it get deep, took the barrel right to it, and then extended through the swing for the line drive base hit.
Ball.
Man at second. And that one fouled off. The 1-1. And a foul ball. The 1-2. Ground ball to the right side. Shanuel. He'll do it himself. That ends the inning, and they limit the damage. But they'll pick up a couple runs here, both coming on this 2-run double. It's now a 2-0 ball game. Back here at Angels Stadium, and now it's the Angels cleanup batter, Jorge Soler.
Soler.
Fouled off left side. Yo 1. Rolled softly, but that goes foul. 0-2 now. Just
no,
missed.
that's low.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Inside, ball 2.
Tries to hold up, appeal to first, and yes, he did. Joe McDonald rings him up.
The first baseman, Nolan.
Oh, he doesn't get the call. Ball 1. Swinging a foul straight back.
Ball 2.
A little bit
no,
low.
That's down.
That one finds the corner. 3-2 now. To the right side. Fair ball. That gets by him.
Man, he just absolutely turned on that one, ripped it down the line. Nice job of staying in his mechanics.
Runner on at first with one gone. Joe Adele, the next to hit for the Angels. That one finds the zone. 0-1. Ground ball left side, and it goes just foul. The 0-2.
Ball.
And that's ruled a swing. It's a strikeout.
Got a big power guy right there and generating so much bat speed. It's hard to bring that to a halt once you've committed. They tried to check the swing, just couldn't do it.
Just missed. Shannawell off of first with 2 away. Yeah, that's fouled off. That one is absolutely belted. High bounce takes it over the fence for an automatic double.
I think he's having some mixed emotions down there at second base, and I wouldn't blame him for being a little frustrated with the ball hopping over the wall. I mean, that at bat was good enough to produce a run, but instead the automatic double halts the lead runner at third, and just sort of a bittersweet at bat.
So 2 down. Here comes Travis d'Arnaud.
Ball 1.
And the 1-0.
He's got a base open, so the pressure to come in and really attack this hitter, not as great as it would be if the bags were sacked.
Ground ball up the middle. Base hit. 1 run is in. Another comes in to score. It's 2-2.
Well, we're starting over 2 RBIs with that swing, and this one is tied. Really nice job staying up the middle with his approach. He didn't try to do too much with the pitch, just shot it through the infield.
Hey!
Two runs across in the inning, bottom half of inning number 2. Out towards right center field. Taylor on the move to the alley. Pulls it down and he makes the catch. And the inning is over. 2 runs, 3 hits, no errors, and 1 left. We played 2 full. We are tied 2-2. Top half of the 3rd inning. Here's the Mets leadoff man, Bo Bichette. Close one, doesn't get the call. And that is ball 1.
Nope, that's down.
That one fouled off. The 2-1. And there's a foul ball. Not close with that one. Full count now. Swings and blasts one deep to left center. That one hops against the fence. It's a leadoff double to start the third.
He was all over that one. Pretty much just a textbook double into the gap. And when you can drop one in there between the outfielders, you know you're making the turn at first. Just an excellent swing.
Checks the swing. Appeal down to third. Yes, he did. That's a swing. Swing and a high fly ball pulled foul, and that's out of play. Man at second. That one back up the middle, and it gets through. Bichette around third and headed home. He scores, and they have the lead. It's an RBI single, 3-2.
Mission accomplished there as he picks up the RBI to give him the lead. He got that front foot down, and pitch recognition was on point. Pretty impressive for an 0-2 count.
MJ Melendez up now for the Mets. In the dirt, blocked. One on, nobody out, a run in. We're here in the top half of inning number 3.
Well, these Mets doing a great job, Boog, of just waiting for the right pitch to come their way, and I'm seeing very patient at-bats out of them. It's not just the 3 runs they've already scored. On top of that, they forced this starter to throw more pitches than he wanted to at this point of the game.
That one way inside. And ball 4, 2 aboard.
Base knock and now a free pass. This has the makings of a big inning if they can get a couple more quality at bats. Still relatively early, but with the pair of runs already on the board, the ripple effect of that high pitch count might set them up to do more damage later in this game.
Hard grounder into the outfield for a knock. Coming around third is Soto. The throw's offline. He's safe. 4-2 now.
Picks himself up at RBI. That one was smoke coming off the bat, and it looked like there might have been a close play at the plate. Good job of base running rounding third, making sure he could come in and score that run.
First and second, no outs. Brett Beatty will hit next. Well, Chris, through the early stages, he hasn't been very efficient in terms of the pitch count. He's going to need to get some quick outs if he's going to get deeper into this game. Line shot into the gap, should score at least one. Here comes Melendez. 1 run is in, headed for the plate. The relay, he'll score. 2 runs are in, and they lead by 4.
Gets the job done as he brings home a pair. Loud contact leads to the double. I mean, you could tell it had extra bases written all over it as it jumped off of his stick.
Here comes the manager out of the dugout, and he'll make a move for the bullpen. Reed Detmers is done, and this is one he'd like to forget. Back with a new arm after this.
Now pitching for
Jose
the Angels,
Fermin takes
number
over on the mound.
65, Jose Fermin.
That's a ball.
The 1-0.
Well, usually a high level of confidence when you're facing a young pitcher out there on the mound. In this situation, ahead 2-0, he's put himself in a really good spot. Shot into the gap, and that should bring in the run. Coming home,
He'll score easily. It's 7-2. Pulls into second. That's an RBI double.
Well, when you fall behind in the count, you've got to come into the zone, and then guys have a better chance of hitting the ball hard like he did right there.
Carson Benj up now for the Mets. Struck out swinging his first time.
Ball, that's down.
In the air to left center. Frazier moving under it. And there's one down.
Up next to the bat, the center fielder, number 28, Taylor.
Yep, that ball went out. Outside, that's
this
the ball.
one kicks away a little as he can't squeeze it. Safe at third, moves up on the pass ball.
Looked like that four-seamer just kept rising on him, and he couldn't get the mid up in time to catch it. Kind of makes me wonder if that was a cross-up or maybe just way more run than he was expecting. Either way, he should have had it.
Inside ball
just
3.
Missed. In there at the knees, and the count is 3-1. That one pushed foul. Three and 2 now. Stays alive. 3-2. Payoff pitch. Got him. That's out number 2. And down to shortstop, Ronnie Mauricio. 0 for 1. He grounded out in his first at bat.
And this is a big opportunity for him to pick up his teammate right here.
Just missed. 2 outs and 1 in scoring position.
Hey!
That clips the corner.
Man, this guy's got a great feel for his breaking ball today. Straighten him up a little bit.
And the slider just misses. Now a pop-up on the infield. Fermin gets under it. And that is that. So 5 runs in the inning as they bat around. We move on to the bottom of inning number 3. It's the Mets 7 and the Angels 2. Set for the bottom of the 3rd. Now it's the Angels leadoff man, Zach Neto. That one ripped, and that's just foul. The 0-2.
Ball, that's out.
Went with
Nope,
the
that's off the
sweeper,
plate.
but it
Ball two.
misses. Foul ball left side. He'll see another. That's to third. Bichette whips it to first. Leadoff man retired here in the third.
Up next for the Angels, the center fielder, number 27, Mayo.
That one found hard the other way. The 0-1.
That's a ball. Ball
Just
two.
missed. And that one fouled off. 2-2 now. Hit in the air right field, and that one way back there, and that is way gone. A solo shot, and they cut into the deficit.
Who doesn't love watching Mike Trout smash home runs? His swing just sounds different. That's an incredible job of letting that breaking ball get deep, trusting your hands, and driving it out the other way. That's how you practice it in the cage. Incredible when you can translate it into the ball game.
Here is Moncada. He popped out his first time. Backed off the plate that time. The 1-0.
Part of the order coming through now, and with one home run already in this inning, they're definitely looking to do some more damage.
Slow ground ball to the right
No,
side.
foul ball.
And foul ball. 1-2 now. Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout.
He had him out in front, which isn't easy to do against a hitter like this, known for using the entire field. Just couldn't sit back long enough on that one.
Ball, down. Ball, that's outside.
Swing and a foul out of play. 2 down, base is empty, but 1 run across here in the last half of the third. That's a
Ball
ball.
3.
Tried to attack with the sweeper.
A rare 3-ball count here. He's been throwing strikes all day. Got to be ready to hit if you're in the box.
Tap foul at the plate. Two down, nobody on. Well struck, right field. That one's deep. Holy Toledo! Jorge Soler goes deep. It's their second home run of the inning, and they inch closer. It's 7-4.
The count was full, but he was ready to swing it. Always scary for a pitcher when a guy can take a fastball down the middle and hit it to the opposite field. No holes in a swing like that, and that time that ball was hit hard.
Nolan Shotwell digs in now. 1 for 1 with a single and a run scored so far.
Ball.
The 1-0.
Ball, that's just out. Hey.
That one in there across the letters. Pitch in the dirt, and now 3-2. Shoots a line drive single into right center. And that extends the inning.
That's back-to-back singles for him. Nice line drive to the pull side right there, but he didn't spin off of it. That's the key. You still have to extend through the baseball in order to hit a line drive like that.
That one
Off the
outside.
plate, ball 1.
And that's ball 1.
I think that pitch surprised all of us. Right down the middle, doesn't get a swing. Not very often you see a hitter lay off a cookie like that.
He swings and fouls one off. And there's a rocket into the outfield. Shotwell around second, headed for third. Headed for the plate. The relay throw. There's the tag. They get him. And that's the inning.
Man, I think his legs are feeling good in this one. He really tried to stretch it there to go from first all the way to home, but he ran out of steam a little bit as he came around third. Great relay from the defense, a quick tag at the plate, and they cut down the run.
Now pitching for the
Welcome back,
Angels,
and now on the mound to start the 4th,
52.
Nick Sandlin.
Pretty tight game, so they're looking for quality pitches out of him right here. Got to do his best to keep the score right where it is.
Back to the top of the Mets order. Here's the third baseman, Mlb The Show, 1 for 2. Pop foul out of play off to the right. 0-1 now.
That's a ball.
Sandlin goes 5 feet 11 inches. He features a slider, a four-seamer, a splitter, and he works in a sinker. That one's in there. That's strike 2.
That's ball 2.
And a swing and a miss down on strikes, and that's the first out.
Well executed pitch on the outside part of the plate.
And that
Ball.
one missing
That's inside.
inside a sharp slider.
Good slider down and in can be so hard to get on plane with. You're better off taking that pitch.
Sliced hard, but foul down the left side. The 1-1. Swing and a high fly ball right field. That one back, that one on its way, and it's gone. He sends it out of here, and they boost their lead. He absolutely crushed that one.
No doubt about that one, Boog. We knew it wasn't coming back.
That home run was a no-doubter as we dive into the numbers with StatCast.
Crushed, Boog. Just absolutely crushed. 112 miles per hour on the exit velo, and Like you said, no doubt about that one. Plenty of launch angle to give it that backspin as well, and that carried way over the wall.
One down. So up next for New York, MJ Melendez.
Ball.
And the 1-0. Right through here for a strike. The other way, and a base hit. And that's a 1-out single.
Definitely found a perfect spot. Those can be hard sometimes. We talked about in left field, you're kind of anticipating cheating in for a ball. Hit something like that you can rob a little soft flare in front of you, but perfectly placed, so you reward the hitter with it. He's getting a little frustrated out there on the mound, getting hit around a little bit. Let's see if he can settle himself down.
Man at first, one away. Swing and a pop-up. Foul territory for the catcher. Darno takes it in for the out. 2 down.
Up next for the Mets, the first baseman, number 7, Brett.
Here comes the skipper, and we're going to see a pitching change in this spot. Nick Sandlin out of the game. We'll be back in a minute with a new arm on the mound.
Now pitching for
So the Angels turn to their bullpen for a new pitcher, Drew Pomeranz.
And they felt it was time to bring on a left-handed reliever from the pen with the lefty hitter coming up. I think it's a good move. I know I never liked when opposing teams did that to me.
Brett Beatty up now for the Mets.
Nope. Outside.
Melendez, the runner at first with 2 gone. Next
Inside
offering
ball.
misses, and the count now 2-0. That's a little bit low. 1 run across in the frame so far. Top half of inning number 4. On the ground to the left. Can't glove it cleanly. He decides to eat it. A tough play, and now there are runners at first and second.
Wasting no time. He's 2 for 2 now on the night, and just a triple and home run away from the cycle.
Seriously, we're starting with this already.
Aye.
Two on, 2 outs. That's a strike, and he inches closer to getting out of the jam.
And a bat like this is almost over as it begins. In this situation, you have no idea what the next pitch is going to be. You just got to hope that you can make contact.
All 1.
Softly hit to third. Moncada sends it to first. They limit the damage here. Mets draw closer thanks to the home run. It's now 8-4. Back in Anaheim. Now it's the DH for the Angels, Josh Lowe.
You know, these Angels showing great discipline at the plate, and patience definitely seems to be the name of their game in this one. Pitch count is pretty high, and they've plated 4 runs already, so I think it's safe to say their game plan is working out pretty well right now. So they forced the starter to put in a lot of work, and they've been able to get to him for some runs, and hopefully that bullpen phone is working today.
The 1-2. And they'll do it again.
Well, he hasn't quite settled in out there. 4 runs in 3 innings. He's going to have some quick 1, 2, 3 innings to pitch deep into this ball game.
And he boots it. Safe at first, no play. We'll see how they score this.
Up next for the Angels, the catcher, Travis Garneau.
Nope. Ball 1.
The 1-0. Runner on the go. That's in for a strike. Throw, save. That's a stolen base.
You don't usually see teams try to claw back into games by being aggressive on the base pass like this, but it's still early in this one. This kind of tells me they're going to try to tackle this one run at a time instead of waiting back for a big 3-run homer.
Runner in scoring position, nobody out. We're here in the bottom of the 4th. So a foul ball makes it 1-2.
Ball 2.
Waves at the bender for the strikeout.
Up next for the Angels, the left fielder.
And here's a look at
20,
how he's using his pitches in this one.
Frazier.
So now with 1 away and a man at second, Adam Frazier, the next to hit for the Angels. He's 0 for 1.
Hey!
McLean checks the runner. And
He's
he's back
safe.
in on a dive. Man at second. And that one wrapped foul. The 0-2. Goes down swinging for the strikeout. Picks up strikeout number 7.
9. Shortstop, set. Neto.
Inside.
Ball. That's inside.
Ball 1. Man on second, 2 down. And that
Nope,
is
that's down.
downstairs. 2 balls, no strikes. Outside corner, there's a strike. That one not close. 3-1. Mike Trout would be next if they can extend the inning.
And he's homered already, so I'm sure he'd love a chance to do some more damage here.
The 3-1. And a strike on the outside edge. Now he's challenging the called strike. Barely a hair out of the zone, but it was a ball. So they've still got both their challenges. And here comes the Mets manager to the mound. Pitching change coming. Nolan McLean won't go any further. And the line not closed on him yet as he's responsible for the runners on base. Back with a new pitcher after this.
Now pitching for
The Mets with a new arm on the mound, Austin Warren.
Still pretty early in the ball game, so this bullpen has some work ahead of them. Best case scenario might be if he can come in here and get several quick outs, kind of bridge the gap that starter left for him.
2 aboard, 2 outs. Here's the center fielder, Mike Trout.
Hit an absolute tape measure shot last time up.
Ball.
Ball to strike. Strike 2, and there's a real chance they get out of this without allowing a run. Oh, great stop. To first. It's there, and that's a great play. Angels strand a couple. They're unable to make a dent in an 8-4 deficit. Back here at Angel Stadium, they put themselves out in front with a nice display at the plate. Take a look at the spray chart for where their hits have landed.
And they've really been peppering left field, as you can see from the graphic right here. Might be time for the defense to slide a bit towards that side. Well, these Mets digging into their numbers have to be happy with the swings they're taking. They have 5 extra base hits on the stat sheet so far, and that tells me they're seeing the ball out of the pitcher's hand really well.
Inside, almost got him. That one's spoiled, and the count now 2-1. In there for a strike at the top of the zone.
With all those extra base hits, it's easy to think we're going to see that trend continue the rest of the game. They seem to be really locked in at the plate.
Swing and a high fly ball hit the air left center field. This one's got a chance, and that one is off the wall. Into second easily with a leadoff double.
Everything came together for him. Anytime you smoke a ball off the wall, you kind of think about what it could have been, but obviously you have to be happy with that result.
Ball 1.
Man at second. And that's in for a strike. And it's 1-1. That's straight in for a strike. Swings and misses. Not what you're looking for after the leadoff double. A strikeout, and there's one away. Now it's the shortstop, Ronnie Mauricio. A switch hitter batting right. One out and a runner at second, and we're at the top of the 5th.
Ball, that's too high.
Strike 2.
I think he was a little excited there, saw the fastball, but needed a step ladder to get to that one. He's going to have to tighten it back up if he wants to have a good at bat.
Fouls it off, still 1-2. Runner at second here, one gone. Swing and a miss, struck him out.
Up next to the bat, the third baseman, The Show.
Now the Angels manager is out of the dugout, and he'll make a move to the pen. Drew Pomerantz departs, and he's responsible for the runner on second, so the book isn't closed on him yet. We'll be right back.
Now pitching for
They hand the ball
Angels,
over to a new
number
arm,
63,
Chase Silseth.
Chase Silseth.
Runner at second, 2 down. That clips a corner.
Well, you can't expect to get a great pitch to hit with an open base and a runner on second. He's going to have to really tighten up his sights here, make sure that he can barrel up the ball.
What do you
Check
got?
swing. Now we'll look down to first. And he went around. Not an easy call there, but that puts an end to the inning. Mets leave one, but they still lead it by a count of 8-4. Back here at Angel Stadium, going down for the Angels, Yoan Moncada. Oh, look at the stop. Over to first. And very nicely done for the out.
Up next for the Angels, the second baseman, Jorge Soler.
There's a strike, 95 of that one. And he'll challenge that called strike. Good eye at the plate. They'll overturn the call. Still 2 challenges left for them. Swings and blasts one deep to left center. This looks like extra bases. Into second, and he's got a double.
2 hits for him in this one, both for extra bases. Got to feel good about that. Could be a chance here for them to start clawing back into this ball game.
And here's the first baseman, Nolan Shanuel. He's 2 for 2. And that's downstairs. Ball 1. That one missing inside.
Ball 2.
That's off the inside corner, and it's 3-0.
Good pitchers make pitches in big situations, and right here with a middle of the order hitter up, runner in scoring position, he's got to find a way to throw a quality strike.
To the backstop, that's ball 4.
That just came apart right there. 4-pitch walk, and guy at the plate was not going to help him out by swinging at something out of the zone.
For the Angels, the right fielder, number 7, Joe Adele.
Nice grab. There's one. What a double play that was. Inning over. A double in the inning, but they leave him stranded. 5 innings complete. It's the Mets 8 and the Angels 4. Back at the ballpark, let's take a look at some of the moments that stand out to us. So up next,
Leading
Juan
off to the
Soto.
net, the designated hitter, Juan Soto.
Just
That's a ball.
missed. Activity in the bullpen for the Angels. Brent Suter, the left-handed reliever, appears to be getting loose. Fastball, and he gets out of the way. In the air to left center. Frazier settles under it. And there's one away.
Up next to the net, the left fielder, number 1, NJ Mlb.
Hey!
Hard hit left side. Moncada tossed to first. 2 quick outs to open the top of the 6th.
Up next to the net, the catcher, number 4, Francisco Alvarez.
2 outs, base is empty. Next is the cleanup hitter for the Mets, Francisco Alvarez.
Nope, that's a ball.
Next pitch in for a strike, and the count is 1-1.
Ball 2.
2 down, nobody on, and we're in the top half of the 6th. That one hammered, but pulled foul.
A little early on that fastball. I'm sure the pitcher taking a note. Look for an off-speed pitch on this next one.
Still 2-2 after the foul ball. Got him. That's out number 3. It's the Mets 8 and the Angels 4.
Now pitching for
Back
the
now
Mets,
for the bottom of the
number
6th,
42,
and there's a new pitcher on the mound, Craig Kimbrell.
And leading off for the Angels, the designated hitter, Josh Lowe.
Well struck right field. And that one is off the wall. Relay throw to second. Safe. And that's his 3rd hit.
He has had such a good day today. I don't think he's going to want to leave when it's over.
A couple of doubles today for the DH.
That ball's foul.
And it goes just foul.
You know, these Angels, simply put, are producing a lot of quality swings. Everything seems to be clicking, and the 6 extra base hits in the game kind of tells you everything you need to know. They're not getting fooled up there at all.
Man at second. Strike 3, went back to the sweeper and got the strikeout.
No, that pitch wasn't even close to being a strike, and that just goes to show you how defensive hitters can become when they're up against an 0-2 count. You're just hoping for a mistake somewhere near the zone that you can get the bat to, but right there he was clearly anxious. He was swinging when the ball left the hand.
Frazier in the box now, takes strike 1.
Consistently attacking the right pitch is a great way to build confidence as a hitter. You start to think less at the plate the more often it happens, and it can have a snowball effect. And I think that's been the case today with all of the hard contact.
One out and a runner at second here in the bottom of the sixth. Line drive, base hit. Into third now. So runners at the corners and one out.
Here's the ball. It's hit right back up the middle. Clearly a base hit. I mean, that's one of those where you're expecting the guy from second to score.
Ball, that's out. Hey. Nope.
Two on, one out. High fly ball, right field. Binge on his way over. Stretches out and hauls it in. Runner tagging and heading for home. That's a sacrifice fly as he comes across. It's 8-5.
Well, that's a quality at bat right there. You know the situation. You need something in the air and deep enough, and that's exactly what he did. Good pass to the baseball.
Here's Mike Trout. He's already homered in this game.
Wow.
So important to get ahead of these hitters. You don't want to issue a free pass and allow that tying run to come to the plate. Always want to keep that other team in a position where if they're going to beat you, they're going to have to do it with multiple hits.
Here comes the 0-1. Ripped to short. There with plenty of time, and that ends the inning. One run, a pair of hits, no errors, and one left on. Seventh inning coming up. It's the Mets 8 and the Halos 5. Back in Anaheim, we go to the top of the seventh. Brett Beatty up now for the Mets. Silsey throws what a lot of people consider to be a power sinker. Throws it with serious velocity, but it moves a ton and it stays down. This one drilled right center field. That one heading for the fence and gone. A solo shot, and they tack on to their lead. It's 9-5.
Already playing with the lead, and now they're celebrating a home run. They're having a great time out there.
That's
and
out.
Boog, against a guy like this, you grab your backup bat out of the rack. You don't want to take your gamer up there because you know there's a good chance it's coming back broken.
The 1-0. What's the approach when you're facing a guy like this, Chris?
Don't look down in the zone because you'll end up chasing something that's out of the strike zone. Make him elevate the pitch because he's not as effective at the top of the strike zone. You got a better chance of having success. Oh, you just got to delete it. You give up that leadoff home run. Go back to work. Focus on this next batter.
Gets a piece and stays alive. 2-2 now. Simeon waits. Swing and a high fly ball left field. Frazier under it. One down.
It's a good recovery, though, after giving up the home run. Not allowing it to stay in the head, but going to work at the next hitter, and a tough one at that.
Carson Benj up now for the Mets.
Drove it off the wall last time, just missed out on a home run.
Swinging a foul straight back. That one pushed foul, out of play off to the left. One out, base is empty, and a run in here in the top half of inning number 7. Battling here as he fouls it away. Yeah, the 1-2 misses to even the count. Just off the outside part of the plate. And it's fouled off. They'll do it again. 8th pitch of the at-bat coming up. Goes down looking for the strikeout. He battled for a long time, but it finishes with a strikeout. You can't be mad at yourself after an at-bat like that one. And after review, it was a ball. Good eye. They'll keep their remaining challenge.
It was a high velocity fastball in the zone. I think a little frustration from walking the previous hitter. He's got good stuff. Pitch inside the zone and trust it.
The 0-1.
Ball.
Benj, the runner at first with one gone in the inning. Swings and misses, struck him out.
Way out in front of that inside pitch there. Just exactly the opposite kind of approach that you want with 2 strikes. You want to let the ball travel. Make sure you recognize it. Try to shorten up so that you can at least put the ball in play. Clearly fooled, but I think even more so, you question the 2-strike approach.
Now pitching for
New
the
pitcher
Angels,
now, Brent Suter.
And he's had his struggles so far this year, as you can see the inflated ERA. Looking to bring that down a little bit right here.
Ronnie Mauricio getting ready to hit. 0 for 3 in this one.
That's a ball.
Up the middle, Neto. They get the first.
Got him, that's an out.
That ends the inning. Mets do get one back, though, on the solo homer. It's now 9-5. Back here at Angel Stadium. So in now for the Angels, Yoan Moncada.
Moncada.
Ball.
And that one hammered way back there. And an automatic double as it hops the
Ground roll double.
He put a drive into that ball, and he was rewarded for it for sure. He probably wondered a little bit if he got enough of it to clear the fence in the air, but I'm sure he's plenty happy jogging into second with the automatic double. If you're going to get something going, this is the time to do it. You get the leadoff man on. Everybody's got to look over the shoulder and say, I'm just going to keep the line moving. Don't try to do too much.
Man at second. Not even close there. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Ball, that's low.
Out to short. Slings to first, and 1 away in the bottom of the 7th.
Up next for the Angels, the first baseman, Nolan.
So now with 1 away and a man at second. And now the first baseman, Nolan Shanuel.
Ball 2.
Right through there for a strike. That one in for a strike. 2-2. Swing and a line drive, base hit into left field. Rounds third, headed for the plate. In comes the run from second. Throw to second, not in time. He's there easily.
Well, that gets him a little closer in this one. Really important at bat coming up now.
There comes a skipper out of the dugout, and he's ready to make the move. Craig Kimbrell done for the night. It's a 3-run game, and we'll be back to tell you about the new arm in a minute.
Now pitching for
now on the bump, Brooks Raley.
Brooks Raley.